Hey, HappiDaze Happy Days here. In today's video, we are doing my walkthrough and my opinions and thoughts on OPTC Run. So we're getting to this from clicking the underlying events from the home screen, going to the icon for OPTC Run, clicking on it, and getting to the main screen to actually start our run. So just talk about some of the pros and cons of this game mode. So first, it is a very addicting game, as you can kind of see from here. It's fun. You don't have to really know too much. It's really based around tap timing, right? So you have one tap to jump, one tap to attack, and then you can also do a double jump if you're in the middle of a run. So you can see for these first couple battles, because this is my very first chance trying it, try to go in blind as much as I could. I wasn't sure about when to hit people, when to really jump, double jump, and kind of do all that stuff. So eventually we did end up getting to about 125,000 points, which put us around rank, I think it was somewhere 475-ish. So yeah, people are playing. Like I said, I think if you want to make it to the A rank on this mode, you'll have to probably get over 100k. It just kind of is what it is. So it is a very fun, addicting game. You do have the ability to refill your stamina with meat stamina, which is actually really great. For every large stamina you use, or every large meat you use, you can get 2 stamina. So basically 2 more tries on this game mode. So that's pretty awesome. We love to see that. And the ability to do that is fantastic, right? So you're not just kind of linked to just those 3 runs, especially because these are very RNG dependent. So it helps to be to have multiple runs to be able to go ahead and try to get the highest score that's there. For the ranking rewards for this event, it's actually really great that between all the different ranks, there actually not that much of a discrepancy between them. I think between S rank and A rank, there's only 1. And it kind of goes from there down to the lower ranks. So if you can't get to 100,000, it's not the end of the world. You might miss a couple rainbow gems, but the rainbow tokens, but it's not the end of the world. You definitely don't need those. So definitely like that. The ranking rewards really don't put an unfair bias for people who can't really play this mode great. So you definitely love to see that. And lastly, if you do most of the rewards, you're probably going to be able to end up getting somewhere between the order of 3 to 5 multis free, basically with the rainbow tokens that we get now. So that's really great to be able to pull, and you'll see that on a video that might have to come out later today with the TM banner, that like having basically 3 free multis is fantastic, especially because I don't think we really have to pull too much on the end of the month banners or on the Kazuna banners, unless it's a super boss banner. So it actually makes it really, really easy to go ahead and, do more pulling, but not have to really spend too much. That being said, there are some downsides to this mode that I definitely see. So one, as I mentioned before, it's very RNG dependent in terms of what the stages look like, in terms of how many jumps, whether you get 1 jump, double jumps, things like that. So it's really tough to really plan a good run, because you can get easily messed up, not too hard in terms of, just getting bad luck in terms of maybe you get like a double jump and then one little thing and then a double jump where sometimes the taps just don't register. So that was one thing. Like I said, the meats that you get for really getting the stamina to keep going in this run, because again that is RNG dependent too, it means that you might have a fantastic run, but just because you don't get meats, you might not be able to get super far. So that's definitely a disappointment. Probably is trying to get people to spend their hard-earned stamina there to do the refreshes, to kind of purposely do that. So that's a little bit of a pain there, but just keep that in mind. And then lastly, the biggest gripe I have is that it seems like when you get towards the the later stages of the match where it's going really fast, the frame rate is just not great. Now I have an iPhone 16 Pro Max, and it should be able to handle this like no problem, right? But even I was noticing a bunch of frame drops, taps weren't registering, or there were cases where actually it should have registered as me falling to a pit, for example, and it didn't. So there's definitely some weird bugginess there that I think they should definitely look at and see if they can improve to try to make it a little bit better there. And that's probably my main gripe with this mode so far. On top of that, the tutorial really isn't great, so it took me quite a few times to realize that Luffy's mouth opens automatically to eat the enemies, and you just have to tap it to get really close. So as you saw in my first bunch of runs that I did, I didn't quite get that from the tutorial, so it took me a while to figure that out, and once I figured that out, that helped me get, obviously, past 100k, but just keep that in mind, that you just have to know that Luffy's mouth will open automatically when he comes towards the enemies. You just have to worry about the tap timing bonus part of that, and you want to hit perfect to get the highest multiplier. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And lastly, the downside here is there's also a limit of only 3 tries. I know you can use stamina to do it, but I think it would be much more beneficial if they opened up like a time gate every day for like an hour, we could do free tries. I think that would be much more helpful to the community in terms of getting people to go ahead and, you know, try to get the highest ranking, because it can be pretty tough, I'd imagine, if you're older like me and don't have great eyesight. I think just having a time window every day where you could have like maybe like an hour where you can have free tries would just be really helpful to be able to allow people to go ahead and try to get the rewards, right? Like I said, at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal because it's not that great of rewards. The difference between 14 and 16 gems isn't huge. So that being said, that's going to wrap up my review of this mode. I think it's really cool. I think there's a lot of potential here. Hopefully they fix some of the bugs and it gets even better in the future. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the content, make sure you like and subscribe, and I have a TM video coming out later today. As always, be kind to each other. Thanks.